This football team. Okay.
What are your thoughts on the matchup with Tom Brady and the Patriots offense?
You know, this is one of those matchups that you always say for me is, here you go. You know exactly what you get. You're talking about a first-class organization. They had 2 weeks to prepare for us. So there's going to be some things, with all of the transitions they've made, losing one person, gaining another, and things like that. So you really just come in and let the game play itself out first quarter, see what comes out of it, and here we go.
Ray, with that being said, how different is their offense without Moss?
Well, I mean, anytime you remove a Randy Moss from any offense, you take away. It's a relief for any defense. I say that, because that deep ball, and no matter if you have great coverage on him or not, he's going to make a play. He's going to find a way to make a play. So, but I understand that they're going to definitely move on in their progression of offense. But you don't prepare differently for them, but you do prepare, to know you're not playing against Randy Moss, and that's always huge.
Ray, what gives you more confidence? The win last year in New England, breaking the streak, of the 2 road wins this year in New York and Pittsburgh? Or Terrell.
That right there, that gives me more confidence. No, I think for us, I think the only thing that gives you confidence is just trying to keep this, keep going what we got going, and that's just winning. I don't think we've looked back yet. It's way too early to look back and way too early to look forward. Right now, I think it's just next game up. We've been on, like I said, we've been on the road for a good stretch in the beginning of the season, and now we're kind of settling in and coming to that. There's 2 pivotal games, and this is a huge game. Everybody knows at the end of the year, New England's going to be up there, fighting for the playoff berth and things like that. So for us to go in there and beat them, try to get a victory in New England is going to be huge.
What does it take for a guy like Ray Rice, a 5'8" guy, to be so effective in between the tackles?
Well, nobody can see him first and foremost, and that's why I think, if you go back to the history of those little backs, they make cuts and things that a lot of people can't make. I mean, you can go back all the way to Joe Morris days and come up to Barry Sanders and all those guys. But I just think their shiftiness of being so low to the ground, they can make those cuts and make those plants that a lot of big backs can't make, because their stride is way much more bigger, and these little back stride is not that big. Their feet is always up under them. Maurice Jones-Drew is another one. Their feet is always up under them, and they can make those right now direct cuts and get upfield. And even last week, you watch one of the plays, the linebacker and the D lineman shot the hole on Ray, and I'm like, you're looking at a 1 or 2 yard gain, but he extends it and makes it a 9 or 10 yard gain.
Ray,
that's what I think one of his greatest abilities.
How much does having Dean Pease, their former defensive coordinator, help you guys?
For the game of New England, I think it takes care of itself because he's been there for so long. But I'm just saying, overall, his knowledge for the game is just overwhelming at times. The things that he prepares you for before you go into a game. The linebackers in there. I think that's one thing. Me, just being the leader of looking at it all, it's just beautiful to see that how many times we come into a defensive room and we don't have no mental errors and things. But that's a credit to Dean Pease, how he really prepares us.
Ray, how much of an influence was Maxie Vaughn on you in your early years in the NFL?
Well, I think Maxie was my influence. He went out on a limb for me. I'd love for him to tell that story. It makes me feel pretty good. But he went out on a limb for me when I was, everybody was talking about size and this and that. And when I got here the first day, from the first camp we ever had, me and him messed around against each other. It was just a certain confidence, a certain part of leadership and of being who I was that he wanted me to be and wanted me to go out and chase. So Maxie was a great part of my life.
Ray, before the game, do you have to go up to the officials and say, now where can we hit Tom Brady and what's legal?
Jameson, we don't even think about that. Whatever's happened is going to happen, though. You know what I'm saying? You don't, because if you do that, you're thinking, and you can't think playing this game. You got to react, man. And whatever comes with it, comes with it. You just hopefully the game is always called fair.